folks are not Semitic. They're not Jewish. And they also don't follow what is now called the Jewish faith. These people were born of God. Who they were was faith first. I feel that way about myself. My name means Danielle, which would be Daniel, is a Hebrew name, likely pronounced more similar to my current name, Danielle, or Dania, because the LL sound did not make an L sound. I believe that I was born of a way where having faith in God isn't something I choose. It is who I am. It is how I move through my life. These are the Hebrews. These are the Semitic people. These are the Jews today who are all over the earth, who have nothing to do with Israel, who denounce Zionism in all of its terror that it has caused the world. So if you are a person who calls yourself Jewish or Christian, but you believe you're the only subset of people that are going to get into heaven, you're actually following the exact thing and methodology and mindset that got Satan kicked out of heaven. We believe in Judaism and Islam, cousins of the same tree of faith, that heaven is here on earth, that you are in heaven, that to be able to reproduce and to have children and to be in relationship and to have love is to have heaven, to lead with that, to have total surrender and faith in God is to have heaven. And so if you don't have that, you've been kicked out. If you can't find love, you've been kicked out. And if you believe that your people are the only people that God will be near in the end times, then you are a branch of the poisonous tree of Zionism. Literally the worship of the methodology of Satan. And that needs to be understood. And when Christians or others talk about the end times, the book of Daniel, the book of Revelations, very, very clear in the Quran, very clear in the scriptures of Enoch, which have been removed from the Bible, talk about the fires and all this, we're in the end times. They leave out this very specific thing that gets repeated over and over again, which is that has been prophesied by the greatest prophets of the Bible, that in the end times there would be a group of people who called themselves Jewish who were not, and they were actually the system of the Antichrist. And if you believe that there is ever a God-given, God-ordained justification for the slaughter of innocents, especially mothers, women, and children, then you don't just not follow the faith. You're not a Christian, you're not a Jew, you're certainly not a Muslim, but you are holding on to every shred of your humanity. The devil does not want us to have humanity. He hated humans. It's why he got kicked out of heaven. That's how we got here. So if you look around at a faith and you look around at a political system or you look around at a society and nobody's intuitive brain, which is where their humanity sits, is leading, if nobody's faith in God and God's creation, people, is leading, you're in the system of the Antichrist. We're in the end times. We've been in them for a long time. And in the end, there will be a beginning and there will be a judgment. That pretty much summarizes how I feel. Factory settings. I've been returned to factory settings. And yeah, I think that's the conversation we need to have. Christians and those who practice the Jewish faith, follow the Torah, are my cousins. And certainly the believers that the Muslim faith calls out, we all believe that you are invited into heaven, and God chose believers, and that only he can judge us in the end. Total devotion to God. So I am Jewish, and I am Muslim, and I am factory settings.